Reba McEntire opens up about Brandon Blackstock's death on The Voice. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Things got emotional during the first episode of Knockouts on season 28 of The Voice after Team Reba artist Aubrey Nicole sang Martina McBride's "I'm Gonna Love You Through It." The song is about helping a loved one through a serious illness, specifically cancer, and Aubrey chose it in honor of her father, who dealt with cancer right when she moved away for college. Her father is thankfully now in remission, and Coach Snoop Dogg remarked that despite not knowing her story and never having heard the song before, he was still moved by the performance. That's when Coach Reba McEntire poignantly chimed in. Watch The Voice Mondays at 9/8 on NBC and next day on Peacock. I do know this song. Martina's "I'll Meet It, Thank You Snoop," McEntire said, interrupting herself as Snoop handed her a tissue to dab her eyes with. "Martina's a good friend of mine. I lost my oldest son because he did not win with cancer," McEntire said. She was referring to her stepson, Brandon Blackstock, who passed away in August 2025 after battling melanoma. That was a real reminder that life goes on, and we sing songs about it so we can remember the ones around us that we love so much, that we lean on at times like this. "You did a great job," added McEntire. She ultimately gave Aubrey the win for that knockout round. How was Reba McEntire related to Brandon Blackstock? Reba McEntire appears on The Voice Season 28, Episode 9. Brandon Blackstock attends the 25th Annual Critics' Choice Awards on January 12, 2020 in Santa Monica, California. Trey Patton/NBC. Taylor Hill/Getty Images. McEntire was married to Brandon's father, Narvel Blackstock, from 1989 to 2015, and they share a son, Shelby Blackstock, Brandon's half-brother. Last week, my stepson/oldest son, Brandon Blackstock, went home to be with God. His struggle is over, and he is in eternal peace in God's presence. There is no one else like him, and I'm thankful for the time we had together. His legacy and laughter will be carried on through his family. Rest in peace, cowboy. Happy trails to you till we meet again, McEntire wrote on Instagram at the time of the talent manager's passing. Reba McEntire got engaged to co-star Rex Linn way earlier than we thought. DTKILS. Reba McEntire sends prayers, addresses crazy fake AI pics of her and Dolly Parton. "My relationship with my stepson Brandon Blackstock was precious. I absolutely loved that child. He came into my life, I guess he was 4 years old. And then when Narvel and I got married, he was 13, 14, something like that. And along with his mom and dad, I helped raise him, along with Narvel's 3 other children, including Shelby," McEntire told People in October 2025. "They were my kids. I absolutely love all 4 of them. And they're real tight. They're very close," she continued. "Brandon is sorely missed, truly missed. With his mischievousness and his love of life, he brought joy to everybody that met him and will never forget him." She added that Brandon loved to scare people, recalling that as a kid, "We'd be at the office in Nashville and I'd be sitting at my desk and I'd see an employee walk by going to the ladies' room, and then here comes Brandon. He'd hide behind the pillar." Reba McEntire has always been known for her warmth, honesty, and resilience. And during a recent emotional episode of The Voice, the country music legend revealed a deeply personal moment that left fans across the nation in tears. In a candid conversation on the set of the long-running singing competition, McEntire opened up about the heartbreaking loss of her former stepson, Brandon Blackstock, sharing raw emotions that reminded audiences why she remains one of the most authentic voices in the industry. The moment was tender, deeply human, and filled with the kind of truth that transcends fame and celebrity. The episode began as any other, with McEntire taking her seat among the coaches, radiating her usual charm and humor. But as the show progressed and one contestant performed a moving ballad about love and loss, the mood shifted. The performance struck a chord with McEntire, who appeared visibly emotional. When host Carson Daly turned to her for feedback, the country star paused before speaking, her voice soft but steady. What followed was an unexpected confession that took both her fellow coaches and the audience by surprise. McEntire revealed that she had been privately grieving the death of Brandon Blackstock, describing him as someone who had once been an important part of her family and heart. Her words carried the kind of sincerity that can only come from real pain. She spoke of the joy Brandon brought into her life, recalling memories from family gatherings, laughter shared, and lessons learned. While she did not dwell on the details, she made it clear that his passing had left a deep void, one that still lingers despite the passage of time. The studio fell silent as she expressed her condolences to those who have experienced similar losses, reminding everyone that grief connects people beyond fame or fortune. Her message was not just about mourning, but also about hope, the strength to keep going, and to find healing through music and love. Reba McEntire's relationship with the Blackstock family has been well known to country music fans for decades. Through her previous marriage to Narvel Blackstock, she became a part of a family deeply rooted in the entertainment industry. Brandon, Narvel's son from a previous relationship, had followed in his father's footsteps, managing artists and working closely with some of the biggest names in music. He was perhaps best known for his marriage to pop superstar Kelly Clarkson, another voice alum who shared her own connection to McEntire through both family ties and mutual respect in the country and pop music worlds. Though Reba and Narvel eventually divorced, she maintained close ties with members of the Blackstock family, often describing Brandon with affection and admiration. Her revelation on The Voice struck an especially emotional chord because the show itself has long been a place of connection, mentorship, and storytelling through song. McEntire, who joined as a coach following years as a guest mentor, has always brought her own brand of Southern grace and wisdom to the competition. Her willingness to open up about personal pain added a new depth to the season, turning an ordinary moment into one of profound reflection. The authenticity of her emotions resonated not only with contestants, but also with millions of viewers who have followed her life and career for decades. Fellow coaches expressed their support immediately. Blake Shelton, a longtime friend and country colleague, looked visibly moved, offering a quiet nod of respect. Gwen Stefani placed her hand over her heart, while Niall Horan and Snoop Dogg offered comforting words, acknowledging the courage it took for McEntire to share something so intimate on live television. The moment transcended the format of a singing competition and became something much deeper, a reminder of how even icons face pain and loss with grace. Behind the scenes, production sources revealed that McEntire's openness created an atmosphere of empathy among the cast and crew. Contestants were reportedly inspired by her vulnerability, with several dedicating performances to their own lost loved ones in the following weeks. The producers allowed the raw moment to unfold naturally, choosing not to edit or cut it down for television. It became one of the most talked about moments in The Voice's history, not because of drama or competition, but because of shared humanity. Reba McEntire's decision to speak publicly about grief also fits within a broader narrative of her life. A story marked by triumphs and tragedies, from the devastating plane crash that claimed members of her band years ago to personal heartbreaks she has endured with grace. Through it all, she has turned pain into purpose, often using her platform to comfort others. On The Voice, she reminded everyone that music can be more than entertainment. It can be a lifeline for those struggling to cope with loss. In the days following the broadcast, fans flooded social media with messages of love and condolences. Many shared their own stories of loss, thanking McEntire for giving them permission to feel their emotions openly. Hashtags celebrating her strength and compassion trended across platforms, with viewers describing her as the emotional anchor of the show. What made her confession so powerful was not the fame attached to her name, but the humility with which she spoke. She did not seek sympathy or attention. She simply wanted to honor someone she loved and acknowledge the universal truth that grief never fully disappears. McEntire later reflected on the moment in a backstage interview, saying that speaking about Brandon felt like a necessary step in healing. She emphasized the importance of cherishing family and friends, encouraging others to express love while they had the chance. Her message was clear: life is fragile, and the connections we build matter far more than awards or achievements. It was a poignant reminder that even in an industry often defined by glamour and competition, compassion and authenticity still shine the brightest. As The Voice continues its season, the memory of that emotional episode lingers. Contestants have spoken about feeling inspired to sing with more heart, while fans say the show feels more genuine than ever. Reba McEntire's courage to share her grief has transformed what could have been just another television moment into a timeless lesson about love, loss, and resilience. Through tears and honesty, she showed the world that strength is not about hiding pain, but about facing it with faith and humility. Her tribute to Brandon Blackstock on The Voice will be remembered not just as a story of heartbreak, but as one of love, family, and the unbreakable power of music to heal even the deepest wounds. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our American Idol YouTube channel for more updated news.